What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another The Family Chantel video. And this one is episode 4, season 4, episode 5. Yes, that's the one. But before we get into it, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, every single person that is a member of Patreon, and every single person that is a subscriber. Now, with that being said, let's get into this week's episode.
Pedro and I were arguing at the housewarming party, so Winter knows that things are tense between Pedro and I. But I don't want to talk about what's going on between Pedro and I with her, because when I tell her something negative about Pedro, she's going to hold on to it. Just like my mom, just like my brother, just like my dad. This is strictly about her life, her new beginnings, and her relationships. I want to be there for Winter.
I mean, listen, it's great that she wants to be there for Winter, you know what I mean? And she wants to be the best sister possible. But at the same time, though, withholding information from your family because you are afraid that they're going to hold certain things that you say about your husband for a while, well, that's not really a reason. I mean, it is a reason, but it's not a reason. Let me explain. So, me, myself in particular, I don't really, I wouldn't really be voicing my personal, whatever I'm going through with someone, I'm not really going to be telling anyone anyway, to be fair, in general. That's going to be between me and that person. But the matter of fact is, though, if I'm going to tell people, I'm going to tell people, and I'm going to tell, and I'm not going to tell you because I'm afraid that they're going to hold these things. And the reason why is because, you see, sometimes people see things that you don't see. And sometimes because they see those things, those are the things that they can obviously highlight to you that, hey, just know you've told me this a week ago. You're telling me again today. In fact, you told me again a month ago. This is clearly becoming a recurring thing that I believe you should not be avoiding. So I think when it comes to seeking advice, if it's a situation where you're seeking advice from someone, it is quite important to let them know certain things that happen. So therefore, when they give you advice, they can give it to you in the best way possible. But of course, if this is a situation where it's more like the sister and the mum just like to hold grudges for the sake of holding grudges, then you know what? I completely agree with obviously why she wouldn't want to tell her family. But I think at the same time, because obviously me, myself in particular, and yourselves in particular, because we see their relationship, we're just sitting here thinking, you know what? To be fair, even we hold things that Pedro has done and you have done, to be fair, because we know that you two just shouldn't be together. But nonetheless, though, and also to be fair, I do wonder though, is the real reason why she doesn't want to voice things because she knows that her and Pedro shouldn't be together. She knows that they are no longer compatible. She knows that she should leave him, but she just doesn't want to hear it from other people. And that's probably why she doesn't want to say anything. And she preferred to say something to someone who's just going to listen, and then that's it. Or someone who's going to listen and then enable her to continue in that relationship rather than advise her to pull away. So there is always different narratives of obviously why, you know what I mean? So yeah, interesting anyway, but let's get into it.
Her life, her new beginnings, and her relationships. I want to be there for Winter.
It's only been like a month, so I know I can't eat this now. I'm just trying to prepare because I'm moving over into like the second month. I can eat like actual food.
You know you have to eat your protein.
And that's so hard to get protein in.
You might need to try protein shakes. You don't want your hair to start falling out. We need to shop for a few vitamins and a few things that she can eat. Here's perfect, some chicken broth.
I think you understand, like I got vegetable.
You can get both.
Get that broth out my face. Like, geez, I'm sick of it. Especially chicken broth. I'm tired of it. Going this long without eating solid foods. I'm so over it.
Sadly, if you're looking to have a weight loss surgery like the gastric bypass that she had or gastric sleeve that she had, that's what happens, you know what I mean? And that's why I always say to people, always make sure you get therapy before you go in for any type of surgery in general, to be fair. But if you're definitely going for that weight loss one, go in for therapy first. But why is there always someone driving a motorbike or a moped that's just broken? Like, yo, get a new bike, man. Shut up. Anyway, I can't wait to move. But nonetheless, though, end of the day, this is why it's important to get that therapy beforehand, so therefore you are prepared for the challenges that are going to come after surgery, of course. Because I can understand why she obviously wants to have solid foods. But hey, so far, so good. So keep it up. Let's get it.
So how's dating going?
Dating is fine. I went on this date with this guy named Chris.
Okay, Masoma, now Chris. I think it's great.
So I'm no longer interested in dating Masoma. After asking me for financial help, it kind of made me very uncomfortable, and I ended things. So I'm ready to step out there, let everyone know that I'm here. Baby, it's my time. It's like, it makes it so much easier to talk to guys when you're thinking like, okay, yeah, I look freaking hot. What's up with you?
I think you should try to date as many guys as you can, and just have fun with it. Don't get serious with them. Not until you know that they are marriage material.
How do you know when they're marriage material?
Well, there's a couple things you gotta look for. One, do they have a uniform?
Okay.
That way you know they have a job.
Okay, uniform check.
Yeah.
I think I should write this down.
And it's all about, like, throw looks out of the window. Looks, I don't care. It all depends on how he treats you. At the end of the day, looks are worth nothing.
But I never be attracted to my guy.
They're useless.
My partner. I definitely feel like you have to be attracted to the person in some way. You know, like you can't like find someone repulsive and then date them. Like, no, why would you do that?
No.
Trust me when I tell you, Winter, I wouldn't be taking advice from Chantel. We've seen how she set herself with a man that doesn't treat her the way she's claiming a man should treat you. So, yeah, humble yourself right there, Chantel, trying to give your sister advice that you can't even live by yourself. It's one thing to give someone advice, but if it's advice that you can't live by yourself, then why the hell is someone going to listen to you? I mean, I won't lie to you. There's a lot of people out there who give amazing advice, but they don't follow it. And because they don't follow it, that means they don't lead by example. And if you're not leading by example, then how do you expect someone to actually follow what you're saying? Some people may still follow what you're saying and say, do you know what, I took your advice, and you know what, it done me well. And then they'll look at you thinking, so why haven't you taken your advice? God damn, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think Chantal needs to focus more. Well, no, she needs to definitely be supportive to her sister and give advice. But at the same time, though, she also needs to take that advice and, you know, use it for herself. But yeah, and also this whole look thing, be quiet. End of the day, no one should be in a relationship with someone that they do not find attractive. If you're in a relationship with someone that you don't find attractive, I don't know why you're there. You're wasting your time. Leave that person. You know what I mean? End of the day, you know, I'm not going to be in a relationship with someone that when I look at them, I'm going to be thinking, you're all right. Nah. If I'm in a relationship with someone, when I look at them, I'm thinking, baby, I want to rip you up. You know what I'm saying? So attractive, I mess up my words. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Baby, you look so good. I want to rip your clothes off. Come in, girl. Just come in. Yeah. I don't really do the sounds. Or maybe I do. When I'm in a certain situation and I'm close to the ear. Like, yeah. Anyway, let's calm ourselves down before people get excited. But anyway, let's continue, man.
And then date them. Like, no, why would you do that?
No, I'm not saying to go out and look for the ugliest man you can find, but I'm saying don't let your relationship, like whether or not you date him or not, weigh so heavily on looks. The most important thing is compatibility and how he treats you. I learned that a long time ago, way before I was dating Pedro, that looks don't pay the bills, looks don't show you affection. Like, there's so many more important things than looks. And yes, I do have a good-looking guy, but I didn't date him, like, just because he was good-looking. I truly thought that I had someone who I was compatible with and was good-looking. Right now, I don't know what I've got. But I feel that way with my husband. I feel low. I feel so low. Have you backed it up for a real one? Have you busted down? Have you, bounce, chicka, wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow. Have you?
Just a little bit away for 7 years, and I'm only ready to share my cookies with the people who deserve it. But my plan at this moment is I want to have sex with someone that I'm in love with. Okay.
Didn't your mom ever teach you?
Yeah, my mama, she taught. Oh yeah,
Grandmama. Did grandmama teach you? Yeah, grandmama taught you. Yeah, she did.
¿Qué tú haces aquí?
Vine a verte.
Alejandro, mira, te voy a ser sincera, esto no es un lugar para eso.
Ay, Dios mío.
Sal, de verdad, o sea, sal, Alejandro, sal.
Y no voy a salir hasta que tú y yo hablemos.
Alejandro, pues hablamos en otro maldito momento. ¿Tú no estás viendo que estoy en mi trabajo? ¡Diablo!
I have no idea why she's so angry. I don't know. I mean, I knew that she was not going to demonstrate her happiness whatsoever, but I didn't expect, like, that reaction that she had.
Yo creo que se va a tener que ir soy yo, que se discuten.
Tengo una buena idea.
Bueno.
De verdad, mira, tienes razón en todo lo que dice. Es demasiado. Siento como que Alejandro siempre es sordo a las cosas que yo digo. Alejandro no es una persona receptiva. Él siempre es como que pone las cosas que él quiere por encima de lo que yo quiero. Yo le dije a él la última vez que hablé con él que me diera mi espacio, que me diera mi tiempo, que no interfiriera en eso. Que cuando yo quisiera hablar con él, yo lo iba a buscar. Pero él como que nunca me da espacio. No, él no permite como que yo pueda pensar que yo quiero. Yo no quiero que mi mamá sepa que tú estás aquí porque yo no quiero problemas con mi mamá. Yo tengo demasiado problema con mi mamá ya. Porque tú eres un controlador. Eso es lo que tú eres.
¿Controlador?
Claro, tú eres un controlador. Porque nadie vive verificando el teléfono a nadie.
¿Tú me lo hacías?
Yo te lo hice una vez.
Varias veces.
Una vez.
Varias
Mira,
veces.
sal, por favor.
Varias veces. Yo te voy a decir que vengo desde New York a verte.
¿Y qué me importa? A mí eso no me importa. Todo lo que tienes que hacer es salir porque esto es una oficina pública.
No me importa.
Yo no tengo.
Lo mínimo que tú puedes hacer por mí es hablar conmigo
pero
después de ese viaje que yo hice.
Mira, yo te voy a decirte una cosa.
Tu madre y tu hermano influenciaron bastante en todo lo que nosotros hacíamos. Y tú dejaste que eso sucediera.
No, ay, Dios mío, ay, por favor. Pero estaba hablando con una tipa que vive por allá por Texas y yo a tú y yo.
Hablando, y que yo le dije a ella, ven para New York better. That's it. Ven para New York mejor. Eso fue lo que le dije.
Pero tú la estabas invitando. Mira, Alejandro, tú lo dañaste todo.
Yo no
Con
dañaba
tu
nada.
comportamiento.
No dañaba nada.
Tu maldita loquera. Y a mí no me interesa verte. Por favor, sal. Me molesta ese perfume. Me molesta.
Después que te gustan todos los perfumes que me ponía, ¿eh?
Ese perfume me molesta.
Y luego
ahora
reporté
mismo.
ese perfume.
Así que por favor, me estás revolviendo el estómago. Así que por favor, sal. Me siento mareada. No te quiero ni siquiera cerca. No me interesa verte.
Es que
No me interesa
es que
tu
eso es lo bueno.
Permiso. Así que por favor, sal. Ese perfume me está molestando. De verdad, me dan ganas de vomitar.
Necesitamos hablar. Necesitamos salir, necesitamos conversar, necesitamos arreglar las cosas, Nicole. Y yo no me voy de aquí. Yo no me voy del país hasta que tú y yo arreglemos las cosas.
Sal, por favor. Alejandro, sal de verdad. Sal, no soporto solo. Sal. Sal.
I don't know what Alejandro was thinking. Alejandro, you was a fool. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, you know, like, if you return to get someone's attention and their reaction is exactly how her reaction was, that is a clue to say, get out, and she doesn't want you here anymore, and that you now need to go and, you know, entertain yourself with someone else new and fresh who's actually going to hopefully put up with your nonsense, you know what I'm saying? But the matter of the fact is, though, this whole situation just feels so heavily scripted, because it's like, do I see this really happening, though? Probably not. But the matter of the fact is, though, Alejandro's come in there, and he knew that this was going to happen, which is why it was a perfect reason for him to not go in there. And end of the day, I really hope that Nicole sticks by her words. That's just the bottom line, because, yeah.
I would love to.
Let's go, let me put this over here. I think all this year, you know, try to help her to make high school career, you know. I try to be supportive for her. Like everything.
Yeah.
But I believe that Chantal doesn't know how to be happy for me. Let's go. Let's go, no?
Yeah, it's freezing.
When I'm working, I take my out those problems, you know, and it's like, work right now is my hiding spot, you know, like, for those problems. Let's go. Sometimes I don't even want to get home.
I feel like it would have been faster if we went through it.
Wait, okay,
So, you know,
whoa.
figure it out.
I know there wanna be a fight waiting for me at home. Sometimes I prefer to go to sleep for real. Like sometimes I leave me with a little time to chill or to sleep. I prefer be at work and forget about my house time.
So a man like Pedro is fully admitting that he is avoiding Chantel. He's avoiding being at home. And in that time, he's prioritizing his work as an excuse to not be at home. But yet his work is spending time with a very beautiful young lady. The narrative doesn't look very pleasant, does it? It looks very sketchy. You know what though, man? Let's let it play out. I want to see if Chantel finds out who he's been spending time with, you know, while he's been doing extra work. Obviously, you know, there's no evidence that he's been doing anything funky, but let's just say it this way: if you're prioritizing working more with another female more than you are being at home, and you're also avoiding going to bed at the same time as your okay, the plot thickens, but let's get into it.
Nicole me contó un poco de lo que, o sea, de la pareja en el trabajo, que les hizo un show. No la vi muy bien.
¿Lo estaba llorando?
Sí, ella estaba sufriendo. Alejandro y yo nunca tuvimos una relación de amistad, aún él estuviera con Nicole, porque solito nunca me gustaba. Y entendí que yo como amiga debí hablar con él, decirle todas las cosas negativas que él tenía y le hacía a Nicole. Pero tú no te imaginas lo mínimo de todas las cosas que tú le hiciste y todo el sufrimiento que tú le has causado a Nicole. O sea,
¿Cuál sufrimiento?
¿Cómo que cuál sufrimiento, Alejandro? O sea, ¿te vas a justificar?
No estoy justificándome, pero tampoco... Yo no soy Dios, pero tampoco Nicole es una santa.
¿Y tú has pensado en todo lo que tú le causaste? Le revisas el teléfono. Tú no le das
Ella
libertad.
también lo hace.
Pero tú le revisabas hasta la conversación con nosotras, sus amigas. O sea, ¿cómo es posible? O sea, yo a veces tenía miedo de escribirle a Nicole, mandarle cualquier cosa, como
Yo
mira.
reconozco que tal vez lo hice mal, pero también todo el mundo quiere ponerme como el culpable, como que soy el malo de la película. Y no es así, porque también ella siempre hace cosas malas. Lo único que yo soy tan rencoroso como ella. Y yo se la perdonaba o olvidaba las cosas. Errores. Y quiero tratar de cambiar ciertos comportamientos y actitudes que tenía acerca de la relación. Pero una relación es perfecta.
Pero tú la hacías más difícil, Alejandro. Nicole perdió el control de la relación, porque ella lo que tomó fue una actitud permisiva con él y lo dejó hacer una y otras veces las cosas que él le hacía. Entonces, él entendía que no estaba mal y lo seguía haciendo.
First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, let's put this out here first and foremost, okay? If you're looking to become a member of the channel, because of course you haven't, I messed that up. If you're looking to become a member of the channel, so you can get early access to content, so you can get comments in early. The link is down below in the description, you know what I'm saying? If you want to become a member of Patreon, so you can get the unrestricted content, the link is down below in the description as well. And of course, if you're looking to become a subscriber, the big red button is there for free. But with that being said though, let's get into this one itself in particular. So at the end of the day, it is very evident that Alejandro has no intentions whatsoever of holding himself accountable for any of his actions. I mean, obviously she talks about don't justify yourself. He's like, no, I'm explaining. No, you're justifying yourself. Because the matter of the fact is, if you're here to win Nicole over, that means you're here and back ready to just say, do you know what, I apologize and so on, so on. But you know, people like him who's giving me a narcissistic tendency, he's never really gonna have that conversation that involves him holding himself accountable. It's always gonna be a conversation of how can I flip it so you understand what I was going through too. When sometimes it's not always about just that. Sometimes it's about the damage that you cause rather than the damage that you receive per se. You know, depending on how things went down tick for tack. Because sometimes the damage that you cause can cause someone else to damage you. So if you can't recognize that it was your fault that triggered that, then that's an issue. And if that person realizes that you triggered them to do certain things, they can then apologize too if they realize it at the same time. But again, that comes from being able to hold yourself accountable. But nonetheless, let's get into it.
Otra persona ahora. Nicole vive depresiva, llorando. Es porque yo sé que ella está enamorada de ti. Porque una persona que no estuviera enamorada no te aguanta las cosas que te ha aguantado a ti.
Yo te lo prometo de que...
O sea, yo sé que ella está enamorada de ti independientemente de todo, pero yo no quiero que mañana ella se doblegue, te dé una oportunidad y tú vuelvas a lo mismo.
no lo voy a hacer.
Ella está diciendo que esta relación ya terminó. Y de verdad que yo nunca la había visto así tan decidida.
Sí, pero ella, como tú dijiste, ella está enamorada todavía de mí. Y ella realmente tal vez está sufriendo porque no quisiera dejar la relación realmente.
Yo sabes que quiero una ayuda.
Me encantaría que de verdad tuvieras un cambio.
Lo voy a hacer.
Real.
Pero yo necesito que me des un voto de confianza.
Yo, claro, yo voy a hablar con ella y le voy a decir que tú hablaste conmigo, pero ya tú sabes que eso no está en mis manos.
Listen, it's simple. Just accept that it's over and move on. Case closed.
Roraima revealed to me certain things that I wasn't aware of. Maybe I think Nicole was hiding that from me. I want her to be better at communicating, and I'm gonna tell her that. I think I have to work on my trust towards her because of the long distance relationship that we have. I think that will be the biggest issue.
Everything he just said, there's a reason why that he should just move on. You know, like the way he's like, oh, maybe she didn't do this, maybe she didn't do that. It doesn't really matter what she didn't do or whatever. What happens is obviously how you reacted, right? Listen, man, let me stop repeating myself. Move on. That's it. I'm just saying he's adding more information in my eyes that's telling me why it's over, and he should just respect that, and that's it. Not come back for someone that doesn't want him anymore, or someone who he's trying to persuade to want him again. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're in a position where you have to persuade someone to want you, yeah, that's a red flag for yourself. If someone wants you, they want you. Case closed.
Pedro has been working a lot of nights lately, and they seem to be getting more frequent and later and later. And when I ask him about it, he says it's none of my business. Well, if he would just give me a direct answer, I wouldn't be worrying so much. But he's rude, inconsiderate, and he's living like he's single. Our communication is...
After work, coming home, days that you're gonna spend nowhere, but the day off, that's on the day, they really bother me. If you say something to me that you promised to do it, and that you haven't done it, like, that's turn me off for real. Like, no one to wash the dishes, want to go to the market to get food. Things are dirty, but I'm not cleaning. That's making me, like, forget my time. Hey, we were the whole day.
How was work?
Fine, bro. The party stuff is down there. The washing machine, see how the clothes is stinky again. You've been doing what today?
All of the chores, and all of the cooking, and all of the cleaning.
What cooking? It's not down there.
Nothing's here today because now I'm tired.
You're doing nothing? Wow. You can try easy.
I'm tired of doing everything by myself.
She works 2 days. I have no problem with that, but she got a lot of time off, you know what I mean? I just want for Chantel to be more productive with her downtime. 3 days that you work, what do you make for dinner?
Nothing.
Wow, I'm going to eat like a piece of ice?
If you want. I work 3 days in a row, 12-hour shifts in the hospital. On my day, I rest the entire day. If Pedro sees me sleep, he'll start to nag me and call me lazy. Pedro acts like he's the only one who works and that no one works as hard as he does. I've been bending over backwards, trying to cook, clean, and make sure the house is in order, and it has no change in the way Pedro treats me. It makes me feel, like, hopeless. It makes me feel so bad, like I can't do anything right.
Look at the floor, like you even had this.
I'm actually at that point, I've already been at that point where I just get frustrated when I see Pedro, man. The guy just loves to whine and complain. He is such a douche. This guy's, oh God, yeah. Like, for someone that has a sister, a mother, you think he'd have more respect for females. I mean, they do say that men that grow up in an environment with just a single mother and without a father figure or whatever, they generally grow up to have, a better respect for women. Give or take. Clearly, Pedro is not one of those people because the way he's moving is just scumbag, man. Just guy. He needs a. Yeah, man. I condone no violence.
It's got to hair all the way on the floor.
And what are you gonna do?
No, what you want to do, like, it's you.
I'm gonna get a little space. You can floor. I'm just gonna get some space.
Oh no, I mentioned that we was dreaming, she was work super hard. Like, we had a little board in the wall that, this is the money that we need to make month for survive. Pay the rent, pay the bills, and have money to eat. And I love her for being her, like, working hard together, made the money together, grinding together. And then one moment to the other, we grow apart. Hey, you need to be more, okay?
No. Since when did you stop respecting me? You treat me like I'm stupid.
Yeah?
You treat me like I'm annoying.
Yeah, you are another time.
Then why are you even with me?
Because I don't know you want to turn like that.
I've been cleaning and cooking for you. Catering
Excuse me?
to you.
I know that.
It doesn't matter how long I've been doing it. You need to show me some appreciation.
Yeah.
And my head can't do that. Because I'm sick and tired of your ass.
Yeah, you can be saying that my ass. I think that you asked to.
You're acting just like
What?
the people people who you say that you're different from. I should have paid a lot more attention to where you came from because you're just like him.
Yeah, you're like
and you worked so hard not to be like your father.
Huh? What? I know I can.
You're just like him. It seems like Pedro is starting to follow in the same footsteps of his father. He's treating me poorly, just like his father treated his wife and his mistress. He's disrespecting women. That's what his father was all about, disrespecting women. And at this point, disrespecting me, I'm a woman. That's what you're doing right now. Pedro,
What?
I'm convinced that there is nothing that I can do to change your mind about me. You don't like me.
Let me tell something.
I'm repulsive to you.
Not repulsive.
Apparently, you don't love
You know,
me.
you-
You don't.
you know,
You don't.
you
You
know,
don't. Just say it.
you know,
Just say it.
you know,
Just say you don't like me and you don't love me.
you know,
What?
when?
You don't tell me that you do love me. Why don't you tell me how you really feel?
I tell you right with you.
How about coming home with other women's name strapped to your keys like you taped it there? Like some woman taped her to your keys.
It was a gang that I started in the office because somebody told I garbage can. All my stuff coming in. Even my stapler, I was started a job in the office. It was me. One day, I let my key in my office until I got it. Okay, I got it.
That is something unusual and highly
What is it?
suspect. What about coming home at 3 in the morning without your car?
I was
And I don't know how you got here, and I don't know how your car got back here in the morning. No, I don't even want to get into the lies that you told me.
Come here.
The lies that you told me.
What lies?
You go to get your nails done with your coworkers,
Yeah.
and you can't even take a 30-minute walk with me.
I know.
You can't even turn on the light for me in the morning.
You got 2 hands, you can do it. Because you're lazy.
Move.
I know.
I'm not taking this.
Now this is the Chantel that I was looking for. Come on. Lay the smack down on that waist, man. Let him know what's good. What are we talking about, man? Where's this energy been the whole season? What I've been looking for. Took 5 bloody episodes to get to this stage, man. Like, come on now, man. Let him know. Let him know his behavior is unacceptable. Fool. Nah, listen, man. Props. That's exactly what I wanted to see. That's the reaction that I was looking for, you know what I mean? And it's about freaking time that we got there right now. Okay, look at him. He didn't know what to say. Listen, when she told him that you are your father, that hit a nerve. And then she was like, you gotta even tell me you love me. Man couldn't say it though, could he? He was trying to justify how he didn't say it, bro. Be quiet. And he knew if he said it, he would have said it like with the real oomph of truth. So she knows about the ladies. I coming home with no car. Hey, this guy. Yeah, that's what I'm all about now. But listen, ladies, even men. If your partner ain't treating you right, confront them. And then leave them. Don't confront them for change. Confront them to leave them. Because even if you confront them for change, that change is only going to be temporarily. More or less. Sometimes it can be permanent. But more or less, it's going to be temporary. So confront them and then say, you know what? I'm out. Bye. But some people change just for the temporary moment, just to convince you that they're better. And then boom, when they get comfortable, they go back to their old habits. Old habits die hard, you know what I'm saying? But let's get into it.
I can't believe that I have a husband who can be so mean. I never thought that I'd ever be in a relationship with anybody, let alone my husband, where I'm disrespected that much. I just don't want to lose my marriage. I love Pedro, even though he's not treating me like he loves me. And I can't tell that he loves me now. I really can't. Pedro is not treating me like because of cooking and cleaning. He's treating me like because he doesn't love me anymore. I don't know. And he's intentionally trying to hurt me. And that's why I had to leave. I didn't leave the house with a clear intention of where to go. But as I'm driving around aimlessly, I decided that I would just go to Rivers. Hey, River.
What's up? What's up?
Do you have any girl in here?
Shoot. You just missed her. Everything okay?
Everything's good. Everything's fine.
My immediate thought when I see Chantel at my doorstep is Pedro kicked her out. I don't know anything about Chantel's situation with Pedro. I don't ask no more questions. Chantel don't like me doing that. Nobody likes me to ask questions about anything. But I was just, I was hoping that was not the case. You sound a little tense.
I am a little tense. That's why I came over here.
Well, we don't do tense in this household, so we're going to loosen up with some drinks. Do you want to drink the hard stuff or you want to drink some of the silly stuff?
I'll drink some of the silly stuff. Yeah.
Oh, silly stuff tastes good. Dang, you don't want to finish my bottle.
Well, just pour it. Give me that one.
Nope.
I drove.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
River, you got some good hospitality. I'm glad that I came over here. I'm glad I could catch you because I just need to relax a little bit with my little brother.
Chantel, I know you, and I know that your last result is to talk to me about some bull. So I know that it's something drastic going on that you're not trying to tell me. And I mean, I want to know what's going on, man.
I just came over here to get away, to find some kind of peace. I just need a rest.
Don't give me this vague, panty and twist answer. Oh, I came over here for some peace. You gotta talk. You gotta talk or drink, and you're not drinking, so you gotta talk.
Well, Pedro wants me to clean the house and I don't want to, so.
What? What's the way he asked? Is it a communication thing? Like,
Yeah, I think it's communication, but I don't want to clean up, so I left. Can I sleep here?
yeah, man, you can sleep here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm tired. I don't even really want to talk anymore or drink. I think I'll sleep right there.
This really makes me sad to see my sister have to leave her own home. It's really sad right now. So I'm like, okay, she feels gone. There is another issue going on, and I need to know about it because, hello, you here?
It's good though that the brother is able to identify that something's happening, you know what I mean, because it shows the connection that he has with his sister, you know what I mean. And even though he's got a relationship with Pedro, you know, it seems to me as if he's still gonna do the right thing and support his sister in whatever she's going through, that obviously he's not too sure about at this moment in time. So it is good to know that you got family members that can actually pick up the vibe from you rather than you having to tell them that something's up. So because a lot of people hate having to tell people that something's up. They would rather someone picks them up, especially someone that they're close to. So it is refreshing in that kind of way, you know what I mean? But I like I said before, for me personally, like Chantel needs to just not go back, and simple as that. She needs to leave his ass. That's it.
Conmigo. Me junté con él. Realmente, tú sabes, él anda buscando ayuda. Él acepta que comete muchos errores, que está arrepentido. Por lo menos aceptó algo en su vida. Corema es mi amiga y obviamente yo muchas veces cuando Corema me dice a mí algo para que lo vea diferente, yo trato como de acceder. Y es la primera vez que nada de lo que Corema pueda decir yo le voy a creer. Porque yo sé que Alejandro lo único que quiere es manipularla. ¿Qué tú vas a hacer con esa situación?
I don't know why this lady's trying so hard to try and reconcile things between Alejandro and Nicole. I mean, listen, Nicole hit the nail on the head there. At the end of the day, all Alejandro's trying to do is manipulate the friend into, you know, getting her to be the middle person. Listen, let me tell you something real quick, right? If you need a middle person in your relationship, then that means your relationship is dead. Simple as that. No healthy relationship needs a middle person. End of conversation. Nothing else needs to be said. Let's move on to the next scene, because this right here, bullshit. You know what I mean? Come on now, man. Like, yeah, let's see what else happens, if there's anything else that happens within these two.
Creo que seguramente va a tratar de volver de nuevo porque Alejandro es muy insistente. Él es en contexto muy egoísta porque además piensa en él mismo, pero no piensa en qué necesito, qué es lo mejor para Nicole.
Definitely respecting the fact that Nicole's sticking to her word, because that's the key, you know what I mean?
Really concerned about what happened last night because Chantel comes over. She seemed really exhausted, honestly, and I felt bad for crying because she seemed like she's been having some, long days, some rough days, And I'm hoping that, talking to Mama Bear, she can bring me some answers or just maybe have some clarity on the situation. Maybe this is just something that happens between married people sometimes. I don't know. Well, I believe that you need to have a conversation with your daughter. Something's going on with Chantel. I don't know. To my place last night, I was just randomly. She didn't really come over like that.
Just showed up.
She just showed up out the blue, and I'm like, I knew something was bothering her, but she was being very vague.
What did she say?
Pedro wanted her to clean, and she didn't want to clean.
Oh, no, that's
so she
right.
left.
I wish a man would come in my house and tell me I want you to clean up. Why, you clean up. Because 9 times out of 10, it was he that made the mess, if there is one to be made.
It sounds like there's more problems to it.
Yeah, well, I'll talk with
I
her.
know Chantel's not a dirty person.
Oh, no,
so
she's
that's
very...
why I know it's some more problems
Right,
going on.
right.
Yeah, she came over and then she asked to spend the night. I don't know. It seems like Pedro and Chantel took steps backwards because I thought things were getting better with them. But it seems like outside looking in, I thought things were getting better. But that housewoman seems like things are getting worse. And then Chantel leaving her humble abode.
We just need to know what the problem is.
We're gonna stop by Pedro's place just to see what's going on. I asked him about it. Pedro and we're I would say we're good pals now, but it's always family first. I will say the friendship or the bond that Pedro and I have right now, it only changes how things are handled. That's why I want to go over there and actually hear what he has to say and see what is going on, and not just think, oh, the worst.
I will go with you. Oh, yes,
The fact is, the brother hit the nail on the head about steps going backwards. Fully about that. And also, I like the fact that he has said that family over anything else. Massive respect, which is why I was able to identify that his sister isn't going through a very good time right now, and something needs to be dealt with.
Mama, sometimes you do a little too much. Sometimes I feel like you need to just chill out. If you're going to come, you got to follow my lead on this. Because there's a certain way we got to go about this. All right?
Let me go get all my stuff. Put these on right now.
You don't need that.
Put these on right now.
Mama, you don't. What the hell, Mama? Mom, you put on Dad's work gloves.
No, these are my punching gloves if I need to.
You don't need to punch nobody.
I'm not going to hurt anybody. Something's going on over there, so I need to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to handle everything with love. I'm going to show love, even to my enemies. But I'm going to get to the bottom of this if it's the last thing I do.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Well, I guess until next time, hey, until next time. Well, I'm looking forward to that, I'm definitely looking forward to that because this is what I've been waiting for, that part in the season where Chantel was finally gonna, pretty much confront Pedro, put him in his place and to see exactly what's gonna happen. In terms of this whole Alejandro thing and Nicole, I mean, Alejandro being back is just the most pointless thing ever. Like, he needs to go away. He's like a parasite. I'm not even a fan of Nicole, but I don't like Alejandro at all. She doesn't want you. Get over it, move on. Why are you about to persuade someone to want to be with you? That makes no sense. Cool. Anyway, with that being said though, thank you so much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. And don't forget though, at the same time, if you want to become a member of the channel, the link is down below in the description. If you want to become a member of Patreon, the link is down below in the description. And of course, become a subscriber for free. You know what I mean? Like, subscribe, and peace.